Hello, everybody. Tate Davis here with another album battle for ya. This these two combatants came out 9 years apart. One in 1973, another one in 1982. Of course, I'm talking about JoJo Gunne, Jumpin' the Gun from 1973, versus The Who, It's Hard from 1982. Second one with Kenny Jones on drums, the last one with Mr. John Entwistle on bass, and the last one that they would put out for a long, long time until 2006. So, the first up, talking about this one because this came out first. JoJo Gunne, for those of you who don't know, was the band that Jay Ferguson formed after he left Spirit in 1970. And this is the third album that they put out. They put out 4 albums before they broke up. None of them really saw any degree of success. By the way, the album cover here, the 4 guys in the band, you know, all laying in bed together, and then there's a fat lady cleaning or pointing at the window. Kind of a weird album cover. They originally kind of started off in this little bit of a country rock vein on their first couple albums, and then here's their kind of like their hard rock album, their attempt at hard rock. So who do we got in the band? We got Jay Ferguson on keyboards, steel drums, second guitar and lead vocals. Matthew Andes on guitar and vocals, who I believe is the brother of Mark Andes, who had left the band by the time of this album's release, if my memory serves me correct. Jimmy Randall on bass and vocals, Curly Smith on drums, percussion, and vocals. It was produced by Bill Smizkick. I never knew how you pronounce his name. It was the same guy who produced a lot of the Eagles albums going forward. And it was recorded at the record plant in North Sausalito, California. Made to be played loud. They are really loud on this album. So the songs on here, it opens up with "I Want to Love You," you know, kind of a great hard rock song there with some great vocals by Jay. "To the Island," some great vocals by Curly Smith in that song. "Red Meat," you know, kind of a mid-tempo rocker there. That's good. "Getaway," kind of a breezy pop number. It's okay. "Before You Get Your Breakfast" is kind of a funky tune that I like quite a bit. And then side 2 is where most of the weak material is on. At the Spa. I mean, it's sort of an up-tempo hard rocker, but At the Spa, really? That's what you decide to call your song? "Monkey Music" is kind of fun for what it is. "Couldn't Love You Better" is a good song. I really like that one a lot. "High School Drool" is my favorite one on side 2. Probably my favorite song on the album. "Neon City" is kind of forgettable, and then Turn the Boy Loose" is a up-tempo raging heavy rocker. Never thought something like a band like JoJo Gunne would be capable of producing such a hard track like "Turn the Boy Loose," given their history with kind of like the country rock band on the first couple albums. But overall, I like JoJo Gunne. I'm not a big fan of this album. It's just, to me, it just seems really forced. The fact that it has made to be played loud on the back of the album and the liner notes kind of says to you that we're gonna attempt a hard rock album. And JoJo Gunne are just good at doing kind of the country rock thing that they were doing on their first 2 albums. And their last album is pretty good too. But this, if you're looking to get into JoJo Gunne, do not go with this album. Go with the first or second one. The self-titled one is probably what I'd start with. But I'd get this last if you're a collector looking to complete the discography of this band. But overall, JoJo Gunne, a solid band. Jay Ferguson, I like his stuff. I like his work in Spirit. I like his solo stuff. But JoJo Gunne's a solid band too. Over on the other side of the ring, we have The Who, "It's Hard." Like that album cover here. The guy playing the arcade game in the background. So, like I said, released in 1982. This was a pretty big album for him. Keith Moon had left us about 4 years earlier, 1978, with shortly after the release of the Who Are You album. Kenny Jones came in and replaced him. This is their second album with him. Pete Townsend at this time was going through a really tough time. His drinking was out of control. He had a brief heroin problem at this time, and he just really wanted to break up the band because he was just going through such a hard time. Him and Roger Daltrey weren't getting along. Daltrey wasn't keen on Kenny Jones's place within the band. Not that he thought that he was a bad drummer. He just didn't think that he was the right drummer for the Who. You know, just a whole bunch of turmoil going on in the band at this time, and I don't think Townsend was really sure where he fit within the early 80s musical landscape when stuff like new wave and synth pop and heavy metal were dominating the contemporary charts at the time, and he was just kind of feeling out of place from what I've heard him say about this era of the band. They would go on a massive farewell tour with the Clash opening up in support of this album. The first of many farewell tours. They would break up and then they wouldn't get back together until 1989 with the 25th anniversary of Tommy. But let's go through the songs here. So it opens up with Athena, pretty big hit for the band. A great funky rock song, really enjoyable. Great vocals by Roger and Pete on the song. It's Your Turn. Great synthesizers by, I believe it's Andy Fairweather Lowe that plays synths on that song. Yes it is. Great drumming by Kenny Jones on that song. That's a John Entwistle Penn song. Cooks County, pretty good. Probably one of my least favorites on the album. It's funky. I'll give them that. The title track, It's Hard. Yes, it's arguably a ripoff of Badlands by Bruce Springsteen, but it's a great song. Great vocals by Roger on the song. The band's amped up. Definitely, you can tell. Dangerous, another great hard rock song that was written by John Entwistle. I think original for the 905 opera that never came to fruition. Great song. And then closing off side one, you have Eminence Front, which awesome song. Never get tired of hearing it. Great vocals by Pete Townsend and a great solo by Pete as well. Side 2 opens up with one of my absolute favorite Who songs of all time, I've Known No War. It's got a great synthesizer backing track, kind of almost reminds you of Kashmir a little bit with the way that Glenn Johns treated Kenny Jones's drum sound. It was kind of really echoey, the way that John Bonham's was on Kashmir, really, really nice use of reverb and delay in that on the drum sound of that song. Great vocals by Roger too. One Life's Enough, kind of a forgettable ballad. It's okay. I don't have any much use for it. One at a Time is kind of a fun shuffle rocker that was written by John Entwistle. Why did I fall for that? I originally hated this song when I first listened to it, when I first got this album, but I really appreciate it for what it is. It's a fun pop song with some great drumming by Kenny Jones. A Man is a Man, one of the most underrated songs in the Who's discography. Great vocals by Roger and Pete in that song. It's a beautiful song. And then after that, we closes off the album with Cry If You Want, with a great marching drum part by Kenny Jones. A great solo by Pete Townsend at the end of it as well. So overall, I like this album a lot. A couple forgettable tracks that could have been taken off, but most of the songs on here are great, and probably a top 5 Who album for me, in my honest opinion. I know a lot of people shit on the Kenny Jones era's albums, Face Dances and this one, but I find this to be a lot better than Face Dances. Face Dances is pretty good too, but It's Hard, I think, is a great album. So putting these two albums next to one another, it's really no contest here. This is great. This kind of sucks. Sorry, JoJo Gunne. I like all the other albums you did. I like the first one a lot. But when I listen to JoJo Gunne, I don't want to hear piercing hard rock. I want to hear kind of the laid-back country stuff that they did on their first two albums. Where here, this one is one that I would easily take with me to a desert island. So it's a first round KO. Jay Ferguson takes a right hook to the face by Pete Townsend, knocks him out cold. The rest of the band kind of flees the match, and the Who are left victorious. So, and if you like this one better, there's no right or wrong answer. That's okay too. Like I said before, if you want to start with JoJo Gunne, you want to get into him, get their first album. Don't get this one. Get this one if you're curious to hear what it sounds like. But if you're a Who fan that maybe hasn't appreciated this album yet, time to listen to it again. I think you'd really dig it. So, thank you guys very much for watching this, and we will see you guys in the future. Bye-bye.